Alright, in this video, we're going to look at three examples of multi-step equations, and these are the most common types of multi-step equations that you'll see. An example here is when you have variables on both sides of the equation. In this example here, we have parentheses, so we need to do the distributive property to take care of this. And then taking these two ideas and combining them together into an equation here where we need to distribute on both sides of our equation, and then we will have a variable on both sides, so we have to handle that as well. So this first example here, we have a variable on both sides of our equation and we want to solve for x. Now I'm asking myself, 2 times something plus 6 is equal to 5 times something minus 15. But we got to have the same number that works in both of these spots. Now, one way of approaching this is to move the variable terms all to one side. Some people will tell you to move the variable to the left-hand side. I will do that here, but I will come back and show you an alternative method right here in a second. So to move this 5x over to the other side of our equals, we have to move the 5x over here so that we get the x's on one side of the equation. If I subtract 5x, and if you think about combining like terms, 5x minus 5x will cancel out. And we can do that as long as we subtract 5x on the other side as well. Therefore, combining like terms, 2x minus 5x is negative 3x. Let's bring down everything else, plus 6, so bringing that on down, that's equal to, watch your signs over here, that's a negative 15. Don't forget that negative right there. So next, we have the x here, we have 2 steps left. We need to move this 6 first, and then we need to move this negative 3. Since this 6 is getting added, that's plus 6, let's do the inverse operation. Subtracting 6 on both sides, and again the reason why we're doing that is the same idea of trying to cancel out something. 6 minus 6, see you later, it cancels out. Let's bring down what we have left. Negative 3x is equal to negative 21. Make sure you watch your signs right there as well. Negative 15 minus 6 is negative 21. Now what you do not want to do here is you do not want to add 3. I see that all the time, but we cannot combine these together. This does not have an x in it. And we don't want to add 3x either because there's no need to move the x back over here to this side. That is the incorrect approach. This negative 3 is getting multiplied by x. The inverse operation of multiplication is division. Let's divide by negative 3 on both sides. And a negative 3 divided by a negative 3 is a positive 1. So that's an understood 1 there, which means we have 1x or just x. Watch your signs here. Negative 21 divided by negative 3 is a positive 7. That's our final answer here. X is that number that makes this side over here, 2x plus 6, equal to 5x minus 15. Let's check that. Plug 7 in right here real quick. A little bit of mental math. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 plus 6 is 20. So we get 20 over here when we plug 7 into x. 5 times 7, 35. 35 minus 15, boom, 20. So we get 20 on both sides when x is equal to 7. Let's look at the second example here. The multi-step process here is that we have to distribute first. You want to get rid of those parentheses. So let's take negative 3 times both of these terms inside of this parentheses. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x, negative 3 times 5. That's a negative 15. Watch your signs there. A negative times a positive is a negative. And this is equal to positive 15. So there's our first step, taking care of our distributive property. The next thing here, we have 2 steps left, and we kind of have something similar to what we did here. Just make sure we do the inverse operations correctly. We are subtracting 15. The opposite of subtracting 15 is to add 15 to both sides. And what that's going to do is it's going to cancel this out. Negative 15 plus 15, that gives us a 0. That cancels out. Let's bring down what we have left. Negative 3x is equal to 30. 15 plus 15 is 30. Dividing by negative 3 on both sides, very similar to that first example we did. We don't want to add because we didn't do that over here. We were multiplying negative 3 times x. That's the same thing we're doing here. So the inverse operation of multiplying by a number is to divide by it, and that's going to give you a 1. 1x, or just x, is equal to 30 divided by negative 3 is negative 10. So negative 10 is our solution to this equation. Checking that real quick, let's take negative 10, let's plug it into this x, negative 10 plus 5, that's negative 5 inside of the parentheses, times this negative 3 out here. Well, negative 5 times negative 3, that is 15. So therefore, x is equal to negative 10. Our last example combines these two processes, combining these two things together where we have to distribute and then get the variable on one side. But before we jump into that, let's look at this problem a slightly different way. So this is that same example, but what I'm going to do, and here's another way you can approach a problem where you have variables on both sides of the equation. I like to move the smaller term variable 2x. That's smaller than 5x. 2 is smaller than 5. That's how I see that. So let's take away the 2x on both sides. Whereas if you look back at what we did earlier, we subtracted the 5x. You can do it either way. It always works. 2x minus 2x cancels out. Therefore, we have 6. That's positive 6. So we can just write 6 is equal to 3x minus 15. So now the variable's on the right-hand side. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Let's move the 15 over by adding. I'm trying to get the x by itself on the right side of the equation. Negative 15 plus 15. See you later. 6 plus 15. Check this out. We get 21. We get positive 21 is equal to 3x. Whereas if you look back at what we did earlier, we had negatives, but check out what our final solution was. It was x equals 7. Notice if we divide by 3 to get the x by itself, because 3 divided by 3 gives us 1, so we have 1x, or just x, is equal to 7, because 21 divided by 3 is 7. So two different approaches there when you have variables on both sides of the equation. Finally, this last one, let's do the distributive property twice, paying extra careful attention to our signs. So taking this 4 times x and 4 times negative 7. That's going to be 4x subtract 28. Again, watch your signs right here. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x. And negative 2 times a negative 3 is a positive 6. That's where you have to be careful right there. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. Now, taking into consideration what I just mentioned a moment ago, negative 2 is smaller than 4. So I'm going to move this smaller x piece over here to this bigger x piece. But also notice that we have negative 2x. So the way we move it and get rid of it is to add 2x, because this will give us 0. This will cancel out. Negative 2x plus 2x is 0. But make sure you do that over here. So therefore we have 6x minus 28 is equal to a positive 6. So we can just bring a 6 on down. So now, pretty much after we distribute it up here at the top, we have variables on both sides. We're pretty much just kind of doing the same concept that we did back here in this first example, where we got the variable on one side and now we want to work on getting it completely by itself. Since we are subtracting 28, the inverse operation is to add 28. And for this last example here, I did want to give you an example of where we don't always get a nice integer, a nice pretty number for an answer. Sometimes you will get fractions or decimals. Negative 28 plus 28, that cancels out. Bringing down our 6x, this is equal to 28 plus 6 is 34. And now let's divide by 6 to get x by itself, just like we did in the first example and the second one really. And therefore we get x is equal to 34 over 6. That is not a pretty number. It's a decimal. It's actually a decimal that has a long decimal to it. But if we just divide these by 2, we will get 17 over 3. That would be our answer here in fraction form. 17 over 3 is actually 5.6 repeated, where that 6 just keeps on getting repeated. That 7 is only there, or what you may see on a calculator, because it rounds that last digit. That's why it's rounding up to a 7. But 17 thirds is just a simplified fraction of 34 over 6. I wouldn't stress too much about having to convert this to a mixed number, but you definitely could do that. Just check out some of my other videos on fractions and mixed numbers. And there you have it, 3 examples of very common multi-step equations where you have variables on both sides, some distributive property, or a combination of both. And then we looked at another way of tackling that problem, that first example where we had variables on both sides. And that's it for this video. I hope it helped.